Let's talk about something that probably keeps a lot of business owners up at night: payroll. It's a universal challenge, right? But today, we're zeroing in on a place where it's especially complex and crucial to get right, and that's Bangladesh, one of Asia's fastest-growing economies. So, let's dive in.
All right, first things first, let's define the problem. For so many companies, payroll isn't just another item on the to-do list. Nope, it's this constant energy-draining challenge. We're calling it the payroll headache for a very good reason.
So, let me just ask you straight up. Does managing payroll ever feel overwhelming? If you're running a business, I'm guessing that question hits pretty close to home. It's a complicated, high-stakes job, and, let's be honest, it can feel pretty thankless sometimes.
And this slide right here, it just perfectly captures that overwhelming feeling, doesn't it? It's not just one thing, it's a whole tangle of issues. For starters, it takes up so much time, and on top of that, it's basically a minefield of risk. One little mistake in a calculation could lead to some seriously costly penalties from the government. You're trying to figure out Bangladeshi labor laws, tax codes, Provident funds. It's a lot. And if you get it wrong, you're not just facing fines, you're risking unhappy employees. And the real kicker? All of that time and energy gets pulled away from what you should be doing: growing your business.
Okay, so if that's the headache, what's the cure? Well, that brings us right to our next point. What in the world are payroll services, and how do they actually fix this mess? To put it really simply, a payroll service is a specialized company that you hire to handle everything, and I mean everything related to paying your people. You can think of them as your expert partner. Their entire job, their whole focus, is making sure every single payment is accurate, on time, and, maybe most importantly, totally compliant with all the local laws in Bangladesh.
And here's what that process looks like broken down step by step. First, they calculate the whole payroll. Basic pay, any allowances, bonuses, the works. Then comes the tricky part. They handle all the complex deductions for things like taxes and Provident funds. After that, they take care of all the government filings, making sure you're always in the clear. And it all leads up to the most important step for your team: getting paid, accurately and on time. It basically turns chaos into a super smooth system. So now we know what they do, but the real question is, why is outsourcing this so often the smartest move a business can make? What are the actual tangible benefits we're talking about here?
Man, this side-by-side comparison just makes it so clear. When you try to do payroll in-house, it's high risk, it's a total time suck, and it's expensive. You've got to pay for dedicated staff. But when you outsource, you just flip the script entirely. The risk of errors and those awful penalties, it drops way down because you've got experts on it. You save a ton of time, which frees up your team to do, strategic work, and it's actually cost-effective, cutting down on overhead and recurring costs. It's kind of a no-brainer when you see it like this. And then there's this number. This is arguably the most important one for any business, especially one operating in a new country: 100%. What does that mean? It means a commitment to 100% compliance. A good provider in Bangladesh literally stakes the reputation on it, making sure you're following every single local labor and tax law. Now that is peace of mind.
This quote right here really just nails the whole idea. It's not just about getting a task off your plate. It's a strategic choice. It lets you focus on your actual mission, whether that's innovation, sales, or customer service, while the experts handle all the complex stuff in the background.
But the story doesn't stop there. For a lot of the top providers in Bangladesh these days, payroll is just the beginning. It's just one piece of a much, much bigger puzzle that they can help you solve. This is where you see the bigger picture. It's about having a single partner you can trust, right there on the ground in Bangladesh. This is so important for international companies. The idea is simple: they handle the local stuff so you can get back to doing what you do best. And here you can see what that actually looks like. It goes way beyond payroll. I mean, we're talking about HR services like recruitment, specialized legal help with things like employer of record services, and even fintech solutions for accounting and taxes. The key thing to get here is that all these things are connected. When you have them all under one roof, you create this incredibly efficient system that supports your whole operation.
Let's just zoom in on a couple of these, because they're real game changers for foreign businesses. An employer of record, or EOR, it means the provider becomes the legal employer in Bangladesh for your staff, handling all the local rules for you. A PEO takes it even a step further, offering a whole suite of HR services. And in today's world, having an expert to help manage a remote team is absolutely essential. These aren't just little add-ons. They're critical solutions designed to make expanding into Bangladesh a whole lot easier.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. We've looked at the problems, we've looked at the solutions. What's the ultimate takeaway? Well, it all comes down to one simple thing: your growth.
And here it is. This is the main point I really want you to take away from all this. Thinking of payroll outsourcing as just some boring administrative task is totally missing the point. It's a strategic move. It's a direct path to growth. When you remove that massive operational burden and you guarantee you're compliant, you're not just saving time, you're literally creating the space for your business to scale.
And that leaves us with one last, pretty powerful question. I mean, just think about it for a second. If you could just wipe away all the headaches of HR, of compliance, of payroll, what could your business really achieve? What new ideas could you explore? What new heights could you reach? That's the potential we're talking about here.